Let's get some perspective on the story now. Rewind 2 months and India seemed pretty stable. Now it's in a crisis of epic proportions. Let's take a look at the numbers. Michael Marillier tracking this one for us. He joins us now live. So Mike, of course, some would say this is a warning to the rest of the world. How did it get so bad so quickly here?
Yeah, a combination of all of those factors that Rebecca actually mentioned, Shahan. So those political rallies, the religious festivals that were held, and it seems officials also ignoring warnings when it comes to that variant that did emerge in India. Reuters, in fact, reporting, as you said, Shahan, that the scientists raised the flags, they raised the alarms, but the government did not act quickly enough. And it's startling when you actually see how quickly the number of cases climbed, Shahan. So we're going to take you back to the beginning of the year, Shahan. The 1st of January, this was coming out of the festive season, around about 20,000 new cases in a single day in India. Then it fell by more than half to 8,600 cases. And then, Shahan, at the beginning of March, we see things start to deteriorate rapidly. So this was when we saw a lot of those political rallies, the religious festivals, and so on and so forth. And take a look at what happens. We go from 12,280 cases right the way up to nearly 82,000 cases just a month later. And then, Shahan, on Saturday, nearly 393,000 cases. So India really making records, shattering the records in terms of daily number of cases in any country around the world. In the space of just 24 hours, we're talking almost 400,000 cases. But, Shahan, I want to put those numbers in perspective, just to show you how it escalated so quickly. Let's imagine we had just one new infection at the start of March. If you do the math, Shahan, at the start of May, we had 32 new infections in a single day. So in other words, the problem has gotten 32 times bigger in the space of just 2 months. And Shahan, if you took all of those people who got infected on Saturday, that's 400,000 people, you would need 4 soccer city stadiums to accommodate all of them. I think it's important to mention that just to give people a sense of how this crisis has escalated.
Yeah, that's very worrying, isn't it? So, of course, every country has different challenges, but you have to wonder what's the lesson here for South Africa.
Yeah, let's focus very quickly on South Africa's so-called corona curve, Shahan, just to give you a sense of how things have changed in this country. So I'm going to take you back to the 8th of November last year. Less than 1,400 new cases on that particular day. 2 months later, look at where we were, Shahan. On the 8th of January, we hit the peak of our second wave, almost 22,000 new cases. So in other words, the number of daily cases had climbed 16 times when you compare 8th of January to the 8th of November. Thankfully, as you can see there, yesterday, Shahan, 1,200 cases. Of course, any case is one case too many, but we have leveled out a little bit. But the key thing when it comes to that graph, Shahan, is it took just 2 months for us to go from 1,300 cases right the way up to 22,000 cases. And just a side note, Shahan, remember, we also have elections later this year, just like India. So government is going to have to think long and hard about the lessons that we can learn from that country.
Yeah, definitely the case. Thanks for that. Appreciate it. Michael Marillier.